Hey boys and girls, I'm Nick in the States. And today we're going to talk about the best of 2016 because it's dying. 2016 will be gone so soon. And why should we let it go out when it's been such a wonderful year to celebrate some of the things that came up this year? So let's get into that. We got a bunch of different categories along with a recommendation after this year of what my favorite setup I would recommend to someone who wanted to spend, I don't know, $600-800 on a nice rig to play, to have fun with, to enjoy, to share with friends, to do whatever. That's what we're going to do. We're giving talent. Look at the t-shirt. T-shirts! Shirts! We did shirts this year. What a wonderful year. Okay, so cue some sort of graphic. Whew. Wasn't that a great graphic? I have no idea what it's even going to be yet. We're going to start out with kind of the big one, which is the best guitar of 2016 that I bought. So this is guitars that came in my collection. There was a lot I was going to count and then decided that that would mean I would have to admit certain things to myself, so I didn't. Coming in at number 3, Michael Kelly, Patriot, Eclipse, and Partial Eclipse. I don't know. This thing is just awesome. Michael Kelly sent this, was awesome enough to lend this to the channel to do some reviews for and to do a demo. We did a handful. Tim and I did some. Awesome guitar. And when it came time to send it back, I couldn't bring myself to do it, so I bought it. And I still have it, and I dig it. So this is my number 3 of the new guitars, especially in like the proper price ranges I got this year. Number 2, Edwards ELP 98 LTS Lacquer Taste Series. Ooh, Japanese goodness, forbidden fruit not sold on these shores. Had to go to Japan to get it, I tell you. So yeah, this is my second favorite guitar. This is probably the best playing Les Paul that I own. Really cool, really well built, sounds amazing, has a set of Duncan Jazz JB, tried and true, awesome set. Just built awesome, plays awesome. Anyone I know that picks it up is just super surprised. It just plays like you think a Les Paul should. So, this is number 2. Number 1! Ha! Harley Benton TE90 FLT. Holy moly, a $200 guitar. How can it be so? Well, because it's amazing. And for a $200 guitar, it's great. For a $500 guitar, it's great. It sounds awesome. It plays well. It surprises me. I find myself doing just a lot of fun stuff with this guitar every time I pick it up. And it's my favorite guitar that I came into in 2016. I did not make any guitar compete with my 1976 3 pickup Les Paul Custom because that's unfair. And it was over $2,000. So yeah, that wouldn't be fair at all. So yeah, this is my favorite guitar I bought this year. Honestly, guys, if the headstock doesn't bother you, either the brand or the fact that it's backwards, I love this guitar. Next up, we have the biggest surprise. What guitar did we get that we said, The Dean Cadillac 1980 in Brilliant Trans Brasilia with a matching Trans Brasilia headstock, flame top, and DMT series pickups. I've had caffeine, my apologies, but roll with it. This guitar is gorgeous. I got it, I mean, come on, it's way over the top. Similar to like the DBC Hellfire, which are from a similar madness. It's one of those guitars that you maybe have to make an excuse for when a friend comes over and you're like, no, but it's... And this is a guitar that's worth making excuses for. The pickups in this are great. It's also built, I believe, at World Music Instruments in Korea. Really high quality, plays awesome, action's fantastic, and the pickups, every time I play them, I'm surprised by how much I like these pickups. So this is my biggest surprise, and I got a really good deal. Shocking, it's kind of a theme. Biggest surprise of 2016. Woohoo! Here's an interesting one. What are the top 3 guitars I played the most in 2016? Now, I have too many guitars. How do you play them all? And I try and play every one of them in some sort of rotation. But which 3 did I play the most? Interesting question. Let me show you. Number 3, Gibson 2014 Melody Maker with GFS Hot Liverpool mini humbucker pickups. I love this guitar. The pickups, once again, a lot like the TE90 FLT, the pickups in this bad boy are very articulate. Not too muddy, play a lot of different styles, handle pushing them around a bit. Guitar's easy, toss around, and I'm not afraid to have anything wrong happen to it. So, it's number 3. Number 2! We've seen this one, the Michael Kelly Patriot and Partial Eclipse. Yeah, this got a lot of play this year. Continues to get a lot of play. We dig it. Number 1 most played guitar of 2016! Oh yeah, it's the Harley Benton L450 Plus. This sits in my living room with a little Vox AV30 amp. And, I mean, come on. A, it's gorgeous. B, it looks just like Les Paul. C, it plays really well. The pickups are good. I mean, they're probably not the best set of pickups, but for like low volume playing, for some reason, they just work well. So I dig it. L450 Plus, folks. The most played guitar, and might have cost me $140 when I bought it. Maybe $160 with shipping. How can you? Okay, later, darling, later. The children are present. All right, I'm not picking up my amps and showing them to you. So we're going to do this with words. The amps that I played the most of in 2016. Even though it came in late in the year, my Mesa Blue Angel has a ton of play. The only thing that's really nudged it out recently is because I got the PV Bandit that I'm still learning all the nuances to. Great amp. But the Mesa Blue Angel picked up about halfway through the year. Very, very impressive, smooth, great amp. Number 2, Vox AV30, which had a really good showing, actually. It's a hybrid tube amp, tube and solid state. Had a good showing in my tube versus solid state comparison video we did with Tim a while back. And played it the second most, a lot because it's in my family room. I can also put headphones into it. It's a nice little setup. And the most played amp this year, and it's been that way for the last couple years, is my Fez Dragonfly, which also was in that tube versus solid state video. And it's because it's just a very clean, honest amp. I did it for a ton of demos. It's like a Fender Black Facey on one channel, and the other channel is sort of like a Dumble Overdrive Special. But that each of them are very transparent, clean, clear amp. Love it. Playing out of a Harley Benton 1x12 vintage 30 equipped cab. Oh yes, it's quite lovely. Favorite pedals of 2016. They're all on my board and I'm lazy at the moment. You guys may appreciate this. The irony, TC Electronic Polytune 2 Noir is right here on my little board. My third most favorite pedal this year, just because it's a great little tuner. The Polytune action's awesome. It's small. It's accurate. Dig it. Second most favorite pedal, this Joy of California sound, because it gets me all that Mesa-ish, hard living, hard driving stuff at room volumes in my normal amps. I love this thing. People often ask in videos whenever I engage it, what the hell it's doing, what is that? That's the thing, I kind of like it. That's a good sign, right? So I dig that. The last one, and it's not the easiest for me to get, I'll put a picture up, was the BBE Sonic Stomp. Sonic Stomp is like a magic compressory EQ pedal that does some voodoo science and who knows what else to make your tone just sound mo better. And to bring out those little things you do inside your playing and kind of bring them more to the front of what's going on there. Hammer-ons, lift-offs, melody stuff that you're playing inside chords. It just makes them all kind of pop. People love them or people hate them. I think control freaks hate them because they want to really sculpt their own sound. And people like me that plug in, press a button, and go, hey, I sound better. I love it. I dig it. Doesn't work with everything, but you can turn it off. Or just the 2 knobs, right? It's just 2 little knobs. Also great. Less knobs equals more likely for me to figure the damn thing out. Moving on! Favorite project guitars. Whew. This year, thank you guys. Thank you. Like, honestly, thank you. Because of the channel, because of awesome subscribers who've shown an interest into it, I completed more projects than I have in any year. Let's keep saying any year. But number 3 is the Flame Maple Tele with Flame Maple top and Flame Maple neck and Flame Maple awesomeness. I love this guitar. It's my third favorite of the year, which I gotta tell you is saying something because this thing is amazing and I love it. It was just a great year of some very long gestating projects. A lot like a band's first album is awesome because they've been building up the tracks forever. This year's projects are awesome because some of them I've been around for like 5 years, slowly accumulating parts and milestones towards completion. Number 3. Number 2, parts Bulldog bodies, Les Paul copy. Yes, kit. I built this. It's nitro. It's not perfect. It has a lot of little detail stuff that gives away the fact that it's definitely not a Gibson. But I love how the finish came out. This also has a Jazz and a JB Duncan set in it. You know, Grovers, that kind of stuff. Finally got it set up in place, and man, she's just fun. I like it. I love it. Number 2. This is number 2. Oh my gosh. What could number 1 be? Oh my gosh, it's a Barncaster, and it's just fun. I actually, Tim and I, when we were doing a video for, I think, the Tim's take on the Benton TE90 FLT, this was one that I just had fun jamming it. It sat kind of nice in the mix. It looks just like I wanted it to. It looks like I wanted it to. Digging it. Digging it, digging it, digging it. This upcoming year, we've got the blue Tele, who's coming closer to completion. She's all strung up. She still doesn't have any knobs. She hasn't been polished yet. The body is gassing off. But we'll get back on that project in a few weeks. Strategies is coming together, and actually there should be a video up sometime before or after this for the Portuguese Stratocaster project, because that one is actually done. But we're going to give it credit in 2017 because it's coming out after this video. Cheating, yes, I think maybe. Dear Santa, these are the things I'm looking forward to most in 2017. Number 3, playing more of the Blue Bomber. I'm going to put a Bigsby on it. We're going to clean up a couple little things. I may swap the tuners at some point. And I will probably replace the nut because I didn't do the greatest job on this one. It's a reality. But the Bad Cat will rock out in 2017. I don't have parts 2 in my hands because it is in the closet and I am too lazy, but I want to complete, yes, very much, my LP kit guitar. It's going to be fun. I want it to be like dark green and cherry or something like that. I'm hoping next weekend to go and cut the headstock shape. And then we'll start doing some Sunday videos of gluing that thing up, cutting the headstock shape. I think I'm going to try and use another set of Guitar Fetish's GFS's quick plugs in that, because it just makes life easier. So I'll try and find a set of their like hot humbucker kind of things and then put that in there. So that's coming. And then number 1 is recording more. Actually, I have a couple tracks I've been slowly gestating over the last little bit. Tim and I usually record every few years. We go through a batch of 6 months where we try and record a bunch of stuff. And so I hope to get at least one of the tracks done soon and then do some sort of silly little music video, because why not, right? We have a channel, we have video equipment, we have a captive audience. That's you. Sorry. They may want to watch it. So we keep your eyes out for that. Hopefully sometime in the first or second quarter of the year, that'll get done. All right. So here's where I try and help you, or anybody. I had a person ask me recently. They're like, you know, I've got the typical. They've got like generation 1 of their guitar stuff. They've got a Squier Affinity Strat, I think an Ibanez, Mustang 1 or 3 or 4 amp, and they're like, I really want to have like a nice little setup to like be able to jam out of and do things and have it be a little bit just better. So my 2016 recommendation, and I'll grab one of the pieces now. Start with one of these. You'll be the only guy in your band with one. That's great. Pickups are articulate. They're fun. They're warm. Especially if you're coming from the land of a cheap Squier or something like that where the single coils were, you know, all right. This is more of that, like the revelation of there's more out there without going full-on Les Paul attack. Easy, comfortable to play, relatively inexpensive. Harley Benton TE90 FLT. Next, Fender's Bassbreaker 15 head. Has great cleans, great overdrives, and of the Bassbreaker range, they're all of different personalities. I feel like that one is at least the most me and allows you to cover a lot of solid ground from cleans to dirties, run pedals through it, get gritty with it. Get gritty with it. No. It's been a long day. And then go buy yourself a Harley Benton 1x12 or 2x12 vintage 30 equipped cab. Get the 2x12, honestly. I got the 1x12 for $100. You can't beat it. but having twice as many speakers in that cab would be awesome. So depending on your house situation, your noisiness situation, your space situation, choose one of the two, 100, 200 euro, 100, $200, something like that. It's awesome because guess what? Now you can buy heads. Or people can bring a head over and play it. And heads are cheaper to ship and shop and sell and do those things with, so you can kind of roll through guitar heads easier than big cabs with speakers and everything else in it. That's a word from the wise. And the last thing is, with that setup, you can get a lot of tones. We can go nuts on pedal suggestions. Just start with a Polytune 2. Stay in tune. People will yell at you if you're not. They will. They will. They will. And then, for my style, get some sort of clone, whether it's a Soul Food, whether it's a J-Rad Archer, whether it's any of the clone stuff. I know Shane at In the Blues has one in his store that's great. Any one of them, because you can use it not to fly, but just to push that tube amp and take it a little bit more places it can't go without that kind of help. And then have fun. Have fun. Hey, yeah, 2016, folks. Thank you guys so much. So, I love this channel. I love talking gear. I love my guitars. I love the people that I get to chat with when we post a video, or other guys who are on the channel who I go watch their videos, forums, that kind of stuff. Like, I just love guitar. I've got more gear than talent. I've got more, I don't know, credit card than a brain, apparently, at the moment. But I've got a bunch of stuff. But you guys have made this year just awesome, so thank you so much. And we'll do a whole bunch of more fun stuff in the coming year. Take care, everyone. Be safe. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, all that jazz. Yeah, let's look forward to 2017.